All right, everybody. Want to welcome you to the Roxor booth and talk about our Roxor product. We launched it 7 months ago. 8 months ago, we didn't have a company. 7 months ago, we started signing dealers. We're over 320 signed dealers, multi-line power sports dealers, what we call A-rated dealers, best lines in the industry. And we are introducing to the marketplace what we call a heavy-duty side-by-side certified to the ROVA standard. It has a full box frame. It's a 2.5 turbo diesel Mahindra engine. It's assembled in Detroit, Michigan, and it's currently sold in Canada and the US. We have a rolling chassis at the other end of the booth that I would invite you to go see. You can see the quality and the beefiness of the components. From the Bosch electronic system to the Dana Type 44 axles to our transfer case, this thing is built to last and outlast. It has an industry-leading 3,490 pounds of towing capacity, and that's due to the way the architecture was designed and built. This thing will work, it'll outlast anything out there, and if we do a quick walk around and you look at the quality of the features, you'll see it's evident from the quality of the connectors to small details, such as, because this is an outside vehicle, even the frame rails and the seat structure is made out of high-strength steel. There aren't any vehicles out there where even the strength of the armature for the seat is HSS. The vehicle was built with simplicity in mind. We want your direct operating costs, we want your longevity of use to be simple. You look at it, you get it. You don't have to explain it. You look under the hood, you know what everything underneath here is going to do. It's easy to access. It's sort of analogous to looking at a 1965 Mustang. You lift the hood, you get it, you can work on it. But it has modern features. So there's an OBD2 type connector that's sealed to the elements. You can plug in a code reader, and if there are errors, you get standard industry codes. You can quickly diagnose it, and you can do maintenance and repair. The engine itself is based out of a vehicle that's been in production for many years at Mahindra, and in on-road uses in overseas markets like India, lasts in the hundreds of thousands of miles. So this isn't a power plant that's overstressed, that you're going to have to worry about. And because of the architecture that it has, it delivers 141 pounds of torque, which, if you've never driven a straight drive or a stick, we have people that have never driven a clutch before, they get in here and it's easily mastered. You basically can't stall it. The components that you see are from brand names you recognize. There are options and accessories from industry leaders like Warren, whether it's the winch or the locking hubs that allow you to flat tow it. By the way, in the flat tow configuration, there are no limits for duration or speed. So you disengage the hubs, flat tow it where permissible. Some states require a plate, some don't. Just yank it behind the vehicle. There's no distance requirement. There's no distance limitation. Again, it's built to be used. What you're seeing here is the two-seater with under-seat block box, and the entire vehicle is lined with a coating that allows it to stay outside and live. You have a standard 1800 PSI or 1300 PSI pressure washer. The components that attach to it easily detached. There's drain plugs. The thing drains itself. We are launching the rear seat, which is an option that's dealer installed, so you can turn it into a 4 or 5-seater. That'll be available at dealers. And the strategy we have is have it your way. We send you to our configurator, roxoroffroad.com, and you build this the way you want. It's any color you want. We have what's called the industry RAL book. Over 250 colors in flat or gloss. You have 500 color choices. Have it your way. Spec it out how you want on the web, on the configurator, and within 4 weeks, it's at your dealership. Dealers have initial stocking orders. They have what they think will sell, but you want a different color. We have olive drab, we have sand. We have options like full wraps from real tree and mossy oak. There's 2 schools. We offer both. And dressing it the way you want and having it individual the way you like it is one of the differentiating factors that we like to offer so that people can really own this thing for years, enjoy it. If I go to the structure, obviously the vehicle is certified to the Recreational Off-Highway Vehicle Association, or ROVA standard. So it's a full ROPS that's been tested. It meets or exceeds all the standards. It also has the highest tilt angle score that's ever been tested on any vehicle. We all go to the same test lab. We all get tested to the same standard. It's advertised at 40. We have a little margin. We can increase it if people start catching up. But right now it's certified at 40 degrees, which is industry leading. That's a result of the architecture. The full box frame puts the center of gravity so low that this thing will side hill like no other vehicle out there. On the quality of the components, look at every detail you can find on the vehicle. The devil's in the details. Look at the KO2 tires. That tire in the industry has a reputation and a brand recognition like none other, and it's well deserved. A radial tire on a vehicle like this, plus the quietness and reliability of the engine, is truly automotive type. So the NVH, the noise, vibration, harshness, is such that you don't get tired when you're riding on this vehicle. Ride it for hours, very quiet. There is no CVT clutching. That's the big difference versus the standard vehicle in the industry. This is an automotive type layout with an automotive type transmission, a 5-speed stick shift that anybody can drive, and you can use and abuse, and it'll last. There's no strap that's going to overheat, and when a strap fails, getting access to it, replacing it on the trail or on the job site is sometimes an annoyance. You don't have that here. So in essence, 7 months ago, we launched this venture to see what the market reaction would be. We were ecstatically impressed by the quality of the dealers we've attracted, the individuality that we're getting on the configurator, how people are dressing them up. We've had everything from sulfur yellow to hot pink and anything in between you can imagine. And that's part of our value proposition. It's not a me-too product. It stands out. It's a bold statement. And for dealers in the industry, it offers an opportunity to attain profit levels that, quite frankly, are unmatched. The value proposition we put forward by selecting the right dealers is automotive type. It's a multi-year agreement. You have a large DMA that's assigned to you. We undertake not to put another dealer in that DMA. There is no minimum purchase requirement. Our relationship with the dealers is a marriage of equals. We've literally stated, we're not going to terminate you if you don't order. We don't play that game. If it's not selling, it's a joint issue. Let's understand what the configuration issues are. Let's understand what the market's demanding that we're not meeting. But this isn't, we had 32 weeks to build 52 weeks worth of demand, because then we're moving on to another product. We have a dedicated factory in Detroit. We only build to order. You don't place an order, we don't build. You place that order, and within 4 weeks, it's in your yard for delivery to the consumer. On the availability of the product, we walk you through our configurator and give you choices. There are Ys in the road. You want a steel wheel, want an aluminum wheel. You want a Goodyear tire, you want a BF Goodrich. And at the end of that path, you get a configuration that's yours, it's personalized, and at certain levels, there are obviously some enticements where we discount for you to get bundles. And we've put together packages that we recommend based on consumer feedback and dealer stock, but they're not required to. There's nothing required. To help also with retail, because retail velocity is the name of the game here, we also have POP material that's very grabby, very catchy. We have that on the vehicle behind us here, and we list the key features and attributes that consumers have told us that they want, right? Consumers want the big, bold wheels that'll last. This is a radial tire that on-road has an 80,000 mile warranty. Off-road, it will last you a lifetime compared to the bias fly tire. We have the full box frame, we have the diesel engine, which in itself has a value, a tremendous value. 141 pounds of torque, 2.5 liter turbo diesel at this price point is unheard of. And the automotive-like fit, finish, and features for serviceability and durability is what we're staking our reputation on. This vehicle is the introduction of Mahindra Automotive North America. We have aspirations of going in other segments, both on and off-road, but this is in essence what our DNA is. It's basic, it's bold, it's a lot of value for the money, and it's authentic. It's simple, you get it, I don't have to explain it, and it will last you years, not months. So the team is honored to be here. A lot of us are industry veterans from various brands, and we're quite frankly excited about this because we've seen a lot of fads in this industry. We don't want to be a fad. We want to be a trend. So we're very cautious on how we're introducing product and accessories, when we're introducing product and accessories, and also on the quality and the number of dealers we're appointing. This relationship is symbiotic because if dealers are successful, we're successful. So while we're at the show, for the next 48 hours, we're here to receive the feedbacks from dealers we've appointed, but also from dealer prospects who are telling us that in their market, we should consider this type of application. And the number one question I get is, who's your target market? And the answer to that is it's thousands of small markets, whether it be farming, ranching, recreational, mining, industrial. At the end of the day, if you want something that's going to last, be simple, hold its value, and then quite frankly, you're going to pass on to your grandchildren, this is it. If you want something that has bold graphics, will make a lot of noise and scare your neighbor, we're not your people. It's not the market we're going after. There's a market for that. We're all enthusiasts. We all have products like that in our collection. This isn't it. This will never be it, because it's establishing the DNA for Mahindra and where we're going. Again, authentic, a lot of value for your money, and it's going to last you. So I want to thank everybody that showed up. Thank you to AIMExpo for the opportunity to do this podcast. And come to our website, come see the features, come see the configurability, and look at the vehicle naked on the frame over there and see the robustness. And again, it's roxoroffroad.com. Thank you for your time.